The first air balloon in the world. The first air balloon flight was an experiment carried out by the Montgolfier brothers in September 1978. The balloon was 18.47 meters tall and 13.28 meters wide. Passengers, a sheep, a duck, and a rooster. Duration, the balloon stayed in the air for 15 minutes. Outcome, the balloon crashed back to the ground. The Montgolfier brothers' achievement marked the beginning of a new era in aviation history. The first battery cell in the world. The first battery cell is generally considered to be the voltaic pile, invented by Alessandro Volta in 1800. The voltaic pile was made of copper and zinc discs stacked on top of each other, separated by a layer of cloth or cardboard soaked in brine. It was the first battery to continuously provide an electric current to a circuit. However, some claim that the first battery was discovered in 1936 at a Mesopotamian archaeological dig near Baghdad, Iraq. The discovery was a 6-inch tall clay pot containing a copper cylinder surrounding an iron rod. Experiments have shown that the vessel can act as an electrochemical cell when filled with a liquid electrolyte, but no archaeologist accepts that the jar is a battery. The first electric switch in the world. According to most historical records, the first electric switch, considered a modern switch with quick break technology, was invented by John Henry Holmes in 1884, making him widely credited as the inventor of the first light switch. Key feature, quick break technology, which prevented electric arcing when switching circuits on and off. The first Ludo in the world. According to available information, the first Ludo in the world is considered to be the ancient Indian game called Pachisi, which is believed to have originated in the 6th century CE, with the earliest evidence found in the Ellora caves in India. However, the modern version of Ludo, as we know it today, was patented in England in 1896 by Alfred Collier, who named it Ludo and adapted it from Pachisi principles. The first passport in the world. King Henry V of England is credited with having invented what some consider the first British passport in the modern sense, as a means of helping his subjects prove who they were in foreign lands. The earliest reference to these documents is found in a 1414 Act of Parliament. The first perfume in the world. Ancient times. Archaeologists have discovered perfumes in Cyprus that are over 4,000 years old. The Egyptians were the first to use glass for perfume bottles, around 1000 BC. The first modern perfume, made of scented oils blended in an alcohol solution, was made in 1370 at the command of Queen Elizabeth of Hungary and was known throughout Europe as Hungary water. Here are some other notable events in the history of perfume. 12th century Arabia. Doctors learned to distill alcohol to extract concentrated scents. 16th century France. Perfume became popular among the upper classes and nobles. 1709. The first eau de cologne was created by Italian perfumer Giovanni Maria Farina. 18th century. The invention of eau de cologne helped the perfume industry grow. Muslim world kept perfume traditions alive during the Dark Ages and helped revive it with international trade. And Grasse, France, known today as the world capital of perfume. The first razor blade in the world. The first razor blade was the safety razor blade invented by King C. Gillette in 1901. Gillette's invention introduced the concept of disposable blades to American homes. Here are some other milestones in the history of razor blades. 1762, Jean-Jacques Perret, a French inventor, created the first safety razor design by attaching a wooden guard to a straight razor. 1970s, cartridge and disposable razors became the predominant types of safety razors. 1880, the Comfort brothers invented a safety razor with a wire guard along the blade and a lather-catching head. 1900s, Gillette's double-edged safety razor became popular. 1904, Gillette patented his safety razor with disposable blades. The first shirt button in the world. According to historical records, the first button on a shirt, considered primarily decorative rather than functional, originated in the Indus Valley civilization, with the earliest examples dating back around 2000 BC, made from curved shells with holes drilled in them for threading. Essentially, these were used as embellishments on clothing rather than as fasteners as we know buttons today. The first tie in the world. The history of neckties dates back to the 17th century. During the 30 Years' War in France, King Louis XIII hired Croatian soldiers who wore a piece of cloth around their neck as part of their uniform. The king instantly liked this neckpiece and made these ties a mandatory accessory for royal gatherings. The first chewing tobacco in the world. American Indians were probably the first people to smoke, chew, and snuff tobacco as early as the 1400s. The Indians inhaled powdered tobacco through a hollow Y-shaped piece of cane or pipe by placing the forked ends into each nostril and the other end near the powdered tobacco. Hollow Y-shaped piece of cane called a tobago or tobacco. Although archaeological finds indicate that humans in the Americas began using tobacco as far back as 12,300 years ago, thousands of years earlier than previously documented. In addition, 1492, Christopher Columbus first encounters dried tobacco leaves. They were given to him as a gift by the American Indians. Introduction to Europe. A Spanish physician introduced tobacco to Europe in 1560. Introduction to India. Tobacco was introduced to India in the early 17th century. The first X-ray machine in the world. The first X-ray machine was created in 1896 by Dutch physicist H.J. Hofmans and hospital director L.T. von Cleef. The machine was made using equipment from Hofmans High School, including an iron cylinder wrapped in wire to transfer electrical energy, a glass bulb with metal electrodes at each end. The first X-ray photograph was taken of the hand of Wilhelm Röntgen's wife, and it showed her wedding ring and bones. The first zipper in the world. Gideon Sundback is credited with inventing the modern zipper in 1913. Design. Sundback, a Swedish-born electrical engineer, improved the Judson Security fastener by increasing the number of fastening elements and creating a slider. His design featured two facing rows of teeth pulled together by the slider. Patent. Sundback patented his design in 1917 as the separable fastener. Name. The term zipper originated in the 1920s when the B.F. Goodrich Company began using the fastener on boots and branding it with that name. The zipper's popularity grew in the 1930s after it was featured in fashion magazines and used by French fashion designers.